What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CubReacts, as we jump into another new video. Olamide alongside Wande Coal. What a link up this one is. It goes by the name Hate Me. This is a brand new video. It's literally dropped last night. It's already been very heavily requested on the channel, so we're going to jump into it this morning. A massive shout out to each and every one of you getting involved. If you aren't already, please make sure you are hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, all of that good stuff. I'm very excited to jump into this one. As always, if you haven't already as well, please make sure you are following the Fresh Afrobeat Flavor playlist over on Spotify for all your latest release updates. It's very enjoyable to follow, and I try to update it near enough every single day. So, without further ado, we're going to jump into the sounds of this one. I'm expecting a lot, so let's see where we go. Ooh. Very, very, very epic right from the jump. YBNL Nation, Empire. We've got a high budget video, people. This looks very cool. Woo! Getting those vocals in the background right from the jump, man. This video looks so expensive to make. High budget business. Again, loving the sort of sweeping synthesizers we're getting across the beginning. Those sort of vocal textures in there as well, sounding very, very clean. I feel we might be in for a bit of a banger on this one. Again, two of the best in the game right now. I'm very excited. I'm genuinely very excited. Let's see where we go.
She ain't working. I don't think that she working. Tell Shorty better work it. Do I need to tell you what my net worth is? Ooh, he ain't working.
Wow.
Who your nigga trying to fuck with?
Very different right from the jump, man.
Do I need to tell you what my net worth
It's interesting. The drums on this have really thrown me right from the jump. They're really cool though. The kind of rolling, almost Kuduro sort of style with the sort of dum 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 sort of rolling in the lower end, going with a much more sort of rap style vocal right from the jump as well. I'm really liking the energy on this one. It feels very kind of out there, a little bit more experimental. But again, over the years, we've seen Olamide really push for a much more sort of experimental approach. The video looks super good as well. The actual musical arrangement's nice as well, quite stripped back, but still very impactful. I'm interested to watch this one develop. Let's go.
They about to hate me when I show my bank statement. They gon' hate me.
That was well cool. The glasses.
$100,000 bills kinda take me. Oh, that's why you hate me. She ain't no one when you can't face me.
Okay.
This is so different, man. Again, like, we know Wande Coal's been a legend for a long period of time, and we know he's able to step into different bags. We know that Olamide very much pushes to kind of explore different sounds and styles. This is such an interesting composition, man. I feel there's been so much effort on the video as well, like the entire layout, the lighting, the general production value of this, both musically and visually, is very, very high. I love the sort of visual effect we got with the sort of dollar signs in the sunglasses. It's something small, again, moderately easy to do, but it adds a lot of kind of coolness to the video. And again, I'm loving the intro. Really cool. The intensity of the rap style vocal was very, very cool, very powerful, very potent, and a wicked way to start things off.
Okay. I will little show my mommy. I'm a to go last bit of foreign. I know what to the pumping. Maloshe yama shorty bouncing. Comport, moti rotting, moti pello, titi moti dirty.
This is a madness, bro.
I'm a toba shaving with a funny 40. I'm on 40.
The skippiness is so nice, man. It's a very intense tune right from the jump. Like, there's no getting away from it. This is a very, very intense tune, and I like the fact that we have got the sort of varying styles. We've got those sort of sweeps in the background, that sort of sound, which again drags you in, it pulls you in. It's almost like a one-drop sort of effect. I think so far both of them have absolutely smashed this vocal-wise. I think the kind of variation in the style, and it's again the fact it's something we weren't necessarily expecting, makes it very interesting. The sort of skippiness of the vocals has been great, and on top of that, the drum structure and the percussion, so powerful, man. So well produced, so kind of smooth, but also hard-hitting at the same time. Brilliant. It's a brilliant style.
And I don't know the reason why, but just love me. I just wanna get the money, get them at the button. Cash money, get money, I've been flipping that. The swag, they be ripping that. But I'm
background
Montana, yeah, I'm rich with that. Drug better come at you, won't pay me that. Hey.
She ain't worth it. I don't think that she working. Tell Shorty better work it. Do I need to tell you what my net worth is?
Wow.
Ooh,
Tell Shorty she ain't worth it. Do I have to tell you what my net worth is? Let's go. This is baller. This is very much balling out. I'm enjoying this though. It's a bit, again, I can't help but feel it's very, very different. I may have kind of missed a period of catalogue or something. Obviously, I'm still moderately new to this sort of reaction game to an extent, and there's going to be songs that I haven't heard. But I feel like this is quite a different bag for Wande. Definitely feels like a lot more sort of rap focused. And obviously, we know he's a guy with a very, very cool vocal line. But again, I think the differentiation on this is really cool. The video is amazing as well. Super high budget, clearly. So many extras involved, so many sort of dancers as well, and I'm loving this kind of setting of almost being like on a spaceship tunnel. It's really, really cool. It makes it feel a bit more out there, a bit more experimental. Kind of ties in quite nicely to the theme. Wicked stuff.
Who your nigga tryna fuck with? Tell shorty better work it. Do I need to tell you what my network is? They bout to hate me when I show my backstage. They gon' hate me. WC, they gon' hate me. In every order that they rate me. $100,000 bills cannot take me. Oh, that's why you hate me.
You're getting that proper kind of, you're getting the sort of rap style vocals, but again, they're a lot more kind of raspy. There's a lot more kind of aggression in that lower pitch kind of, that sort of tone there. Almost sounds like an engine revving up in the kind of performance factor. It sounds great though, and again, the instrumentation's nice. You've got some very sort of light pieces of melody going on in the sort of harmonic structure, but the drums are a lot more hard hitting. So it's a really kind of cool layout of sort of delicate melodic instrumentation with more sort of potent, more sort of punchy and more sort of gritty sounding percussive elements in there as well. Sonically, it's really interesting. That's why I think it sounds so different.
Updates, kill shelling in the trenches. The machine that will live I'm so high, niggas trying to pull me down. All the fans when you get nothing cool me down. And your girl, she be trying to put me down. I'm a man, must put you want to sue me now. I'm over 40, at a cool to tell me what the 40. And I don't know the reason why, but
those sort of distant guitar tones we're getting in the background as well, definitely adding something to the kind of spatial texture of this one. And again, I'm loving the fact it's been so back and forth so far. Obviously, Olamide bringing what he brings, Wande bringing what he brings. I think these two are very much sort of certified as legends at this point anyway, but it feels like this is a tune where they've sat down and gone, let's have some fun. Let's try something a little bit different. Let's try something outside the box. On a production level, this one's really, really interesting to listen for. I'm loving, again, those sort of subtle guitar plucks that just appear at the beginning of each kind of phrase. Instrumentally, there isn't actually that much going on melodically. It's all about the percussion and all about the drums and all about the kind of rhythm that comes off that. Very, very interesting approach.
Just wanna get the money, get them at the button. Cash money, get money, I've been flipping that, the swag that be
apart from that little vocal line there.
Montana, yeah, I'm rich with that. Drug better come at you, won't pay me that. Hey.
She ain't worth it. Get it. I don't think that she worth it.
Woo!
Tell shorty better work it.
That one drop feel is cold. Even kind of layering into this as well, those additional kind of little pieces of electronically altered vocal. I feel the fact that's not the like sort of leading line. You only hear it every now and then. It just adds an extra sense of depth, kind of texture in there as well. It's like sprinkling a little bit of salt on top of a mixture. It just brings out an extra bit of kind of sonic color. And again, that sort of vocal line we're hearing in the background of Olamide's bridge works really nicely as well. It just feels like an extra line just running through the middle, adding an extra, again, layer of kind of texture and sonic intricacy to the way that the tune works. Overall, it's a very stripped back tune. Like melodically, there isn't a lot going on, but it's been so kind of cool hearing how both the vocalists have utilized that and just kind of gone wherever they've wanted with the vocals. It's really interesting.
Do I need to tell you what my network is? They bout to hate me when I show my backstage.
That chord line's pretty much the lead melody, isn't it? That's all.
In every order that they rate me, $100,000 bills cannot take me.
That's all like that.
Oh, that's why you hate me.
It's interesting.
When you can't face it.
There we go. We're going to let this one run through to the end and give our final breakdown there. But I've got to say, I've very much enjoyed this. I was a little thrown at first, as you can probably tell by the way I've been sitting and moving around going, I don't get it. But I do kind of see where they're going with this. It definitely feels like almost like a bit of a kind of a wild card to an extent. Like it's a bit of a randomized approach. But I definitely feel that this is an area both of them do kind of prosper in. Obviously, Wande showing something a little bit different. And again, we've heard this sort of thing from Wande before. I wouldn't say it's his forte, however. And obviously, Olamide coming through and doing what he does best, just blessing instrumental, sounding as comfy as you can. Very interesting. Right, we'll let this one run through and then give our final breakdown.
Okay.
This It's TG Amore. Of course it's TG Amore. Of course it's TG Amore. Why am I not even surprised on the video? So well put together. Loving the sort of animated, sort of spacey feel as well. And it comes together really nicely. Fantastic stuff. Olamide alongside Wande Coal then. A new banger that goes by the name Hate Me. This one definitely outside the box. Almost reminds me a little bit of Loading in the way that it is very much outside the box for what's going on at the time. Bit of a trailblazer of a tune potentially. Love hearing the more sort of aggressive approach from Wande. And I think Olamide blesses this very nicely. Instrumentally, loving the percussion on this one mainly, but again, as the tune progressed and we got into the outro especially, a lot more sort of tinier melodic elements kind of sprinkling away there with the sort of almost xylophone sort of sounds in there. On top of that as well, the sort of leading, almost sort of sounding future bass, future garage sort of sounds, those sort of synth sounds. Really, really clean and very nicely put together. Very much enjoyed this one. Out to each and every one of you suggesting it, and I'm hoping this reaction did it justice. If it did and you enjoyed it, please make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, all of that good stuff. And of course, don't forget to follow the fresh Afrobeat flavor playlist on Spotify. That's it from me though. Hopefully you have enjoyed this. I'm sure we'll be back with some more reactions as the day goes on. So we'll see you all next time. Peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCamTV. Stay locked.